Alright, it's working. Great. Hello there. Now. Yes. Alright, whatever. We want Duna. Finally. So, let's get back to our transfer vehicle. Alright, whatever. Mute. Alright. Cheers. Now I'm probably not streaming for very long today. I'm kind of tired. Did a lot of stuff today. Also the LDSD project is currently on its way, and I will continue to watch this as soon as it's going live, which should be in half an hour. Oh, okay, it is live now, but not with any commentary. So I guess nothing is going on there right now. Yeah, this all is still way too slow. But whatever. Now, when I leave, start to thrust, I think. Oh, that should be balanced. Alright, let's. So, the amount of liquid fuel and oxidizer in those tanks is not balanced. So, I guess I should do that. Balance that out. So, balance and balance. Yes. Alright, and oxidizer, yes. Alright. Now it would be nice to have those thrust, give us a bit of thrust. On the other hand, they should probably return home. Oh, and I just realized I have to strut. Strut the lander on so that it is not flipping off when we start to thrust. I guess I will ditch those before we are going to Duna. Yes. So how should we do this? Let's strut before we go anywhere. Generous. Come out of there. And don't break any solar panels. that drill, it's slow. Oh, that happens. Oh, the Communitron. Yes, we should fix that. Fix that to this space station. With a part that small, I think I won't pay attention to symmetry that much. So I will just bolt it on there. Just... Ah, yes. Up. Yes, I think we cannot surface attach it because we need to equip that. Alright. Yes. Nice. Alright. So that is that. Now let's go strutting. Nice. Can just go in the middle and do everything from there. And linked. Still kinda heavy, a little bit unwieldy just with those two tools. That's strange. Link mode enabled. Yes. Link. So that's all, I guess. Now get back in. Up. Nope. Other side. And then I think yes. First ditch. Ditch those. Third stages that brought us our tanks, and then plan our trajectory. All right. Yes, we should turn. So that we ditch. No, we should have brought more reaction wheels. I just realized. That will be painful at times. Whatever. Alright. trick with non-physical warping just to get our rotation arrested. Then make another rotation. And then we can ditch it. So alright. SAS on. Again. Hello? Yes. Alright. Alright, they both have their comms activated, and on deep comms at 1. That's great. So couple. That was slow. Thought it would be a little bit faster, but whatever. Now wait for those vehicles to get away a bit. Oh, yeah. That should be enough. Yes, point in the other direction. Oh, the space center is down there. Maybe I should have, separated earlier. But whatever. Doesn't really matter. Got the parts anyway. Will just cost us more, I think. Yeah, let's not waste too much fuel. Mostly so that the re-entry isn't too hard on the material. I want to reuse some of that. Oh, by the way, yes. Retract those panels and those panels. And deactivate. Alright. Think. Now, as we are over KSC, it's fine. Alright. Another good reason to do that now. Alright, there it goes. So retract the panels, I want to keep them. Yes, and get back to our station. Alright, now we should just wait a day, I guess. Yes, just quick save in the case we need to get back and go back to the Space Center. There we can warp faster. Always faster. that's interesting. Ah, so that's why I didn't finish that thing. Enter and maintain proper orbit for 100 days. Orbit with at least 0.17 eccentricity. Guess that's quite high. Orbit of at least 26 degrees inclination. Okay. Yeah, so I need to build some satellites for that. Yeah, maybe later. Let's warp to next morning. That's a good idea. Yeah, we still have 2 hours time. I guess the amount of delta V doesn't really change much in those 2 hours. So let's just try to plan that escape. That's interesting. There's really not a lot of viewers on Kerbal Space Program. Probably most of them are just watching the how's it called? LDSD? Yeah, low density supersonic decelerator. Great name. Alright, now... Yes, we need to... Yeah, of course, we need to escape on the night side. Because we want to get away from the sun. Oh, already are quite far out. Now there's not much of a plane change to do, so that should be alright. Ah, there we got a closest approach already. Perfect. Now it's gone. Now it's gone. Alright, that is our only closest approach. Alright. Now, 1000. That's a lot. I thought. Oh, let's take a look. Prograde. Search inclination. Isn't there some... Ah, total delta V. Ah, okay, that looks about right. Should be around 1037. Okay. Nope, doesn't not leaving at the perfect angle. But maybe that says ejection angle 157 degrees. Prograde and normal data. Okay. So, which one was normal? I'm not even sure. Okay. Then let's try it that way. Why not? Ejection angle. Can we... Now, whatever, let's just... Yes, but I do it like this, and then... Normal delta V. Ah, okay, that's already added up. But in the end, it should be 137. So, somewhere around here. First off, let's get this one orbit in the future. Not sure about this. It resets itself. Okay. Nope. To get at least closest approach marker. No, aligning the descending node and apoapsis doesn't do it either. Alright, let's delete that node and yeah, let's warp a bit just to get out of the way here. Yes. Alright. Hi lemon slimes. Sour Times. Lemon Lime Sour Times. Nice name. Hey there. So... There's a bit more. Yes, there's the thing again. Alright, let's try to do it a little bit different than from what Kerbal oh, the transfer window planner, right, tells us, and get a maneuver node at the descending node. Nope. Maybe a lot more. So the target position is a little bit in front of us. So we should try to get down a bit, I think. There's something, but still. Ah, there's something. Now that looks quite good. Maybe we can get a little bit closer. Some stuff. All right. Yes, there it is again. Whoa, that's close. Nice. Alright, let's do this. Oh. I think I should just stay in the map view. It's faster. Alright. Get us on this maneuver node, Jeb. Looks like the stream over at NASA TV is returning to something.
Right on project now.
Let's listen in.
Request permission power on the vehicle or drop. Stand by.
Hello everyone, if you're just joining us, you're watching live coverage of the second test of NASA's Low Density Supersonic Decelerator, or LDSD. This test is taking place right now at the Pacific Missile Range facility in Kauai, Hawaii. I'm Gay Yee Hill with JPL mechanical engineer Dan Koda. The two of us are at JPL watching this test right along with you, providing commentary to try to help explain things along the way.
Alright, this looks good.
And I have to eat my words. If Jess will go ahead and cut to that shot of the balloon, earlier on in our first commentary, I had said that there was no way that we would still have the balloon in view, but apparently we've been able to hold it pretty much throughout, and I wish we could cut to it pretty soon, but yes, if you've been watching with us, we have been able to see the balloon. And now here is a recap of what happened earlier. Dan, why don't you take us through it?
Sure. So this is the launch of the balloon a little bit earlier today. So it was a beautiful launch. You see that there's this cable underneath the balloon, about 1,000 feet of cable that attaches it to our test vehicle.
Do something.
And so the balloon launches, lifts that cable up, and there's the test vehicle hanging from the launch tower.
If you want to
as
watch
soon
it,
as the balloon is almost vertical over that launch tower, then it's time for the tower to release the test vehicle, and then the whole thing starts lifting up into the air and ascends up to altitude. So the balloon is getting closer and closer to vertical. Took a minute for it to get there, but once it did, the test vehicle launched beautifully from the tower. There it is.
You guys.
So you see that yellow arm swings out of the way,
but I don't know,
clear of the vehicle, and then the vehicle just lifts straight up on the balloon. That was a couple of hours ago, and since then, the balloon has been lifting up, and now it is at its final float altitude of about 120,000 feet. This is a live view. It's pretty amazing that we're watching a balloon 120,000 feet in the air on a live camera from the ground. So there's somebody with really steady hands there operating that camera, and we're really happy to have that shot.
For the node.
And we have a report from the team that drop time should be about 21:35 UTC. Okay. That's about 11:35 a.m. Hawaii time, 2:35 Pacific Daylight Time, 5:35 Eastern Time. So we're about a half hour away from possible drop time.
Orient south again.
So okay, this is live. You can now go back and do your explanation.
All right, so we wanted to explain that this is a live shot, and we are able to see this from a camera on the hangar at the PMRF.
So
and our special thanks to someone named Frog, who is operating the camera right now and giving us that shot. Last year we were not able to stay with the balloon throughout. We lost the shot and had to go to infrared cameras. This year, due to the flight path and the atmospheric conditions, you're looking at the balloon right now.
Flight thermal. Go thermal. Based on what I'm seeing on the Glenmac housing temperatures, you guys have the full disposal of the 85 minutes that we talked about. Copy that.
If you have questions about this stuff, you can ask me. I will just
alright, team. Reiner will be picking up the count here in 1 minute. So get ready to support, drop power on.
Alright.
So the operator of that camera is Carl Olander. He is at the hangar right now. His nickname is Frog. That's what the folks there know him as.
Alright.
And so he is giving us this amazing shot of the balloon on its ascent. It's at float now. It's at 120,000
so we can wait a
feet.
bit.
It's amazing that we can see it.
So at this point in time, the team is checking out our test vehicle, checking all the systems to make sure that they're healthy and ready to go. Like Gay said a couple minutes ago, the projected launch time is about half an hour from now. So they're checking to make sure that everything is healthy in preparation for that. And in a little bit, we're going to hear some pulls of the different systems to make sure that everything is healthy.
My apologies, Carl. It's Carl Frolander, and maybe that's why they call him Frog. And Carl Frolander is the operator giving us this wonderful, wonderful shot of the balloon.
Go ahead, BPO.
While we have some time, we're about a half hour out from drop. Dan, why don't you kind of take folks through the flight test profile? What's going to happen at drop time? What are the different scenarios that we'll have to see to make all of this work?
Sure. So the main thing that we're trying to do in this test today is to simulate Mars's atmosphere in a test here on Earth. And so to do that, we have to go really high up in the air, and we have to travel very, very fast because when our spacecraft enter Mars's atmosphere, they're moving very quickly. So I think we have a graphic we can show which shows that profile. Right now, the balloon, there we go, the balloon has launched. It's up at its float altitude, around 120,000 feet. And shortly, in about half an hour, once the team has determined that the vehicle is in good health and ready to go, they're going to send the command to drop the vehicle off of the balloon. At that point in time, it's going to start spinning for stability, and a big rocket is going to fire, accelerating up to 4 times the speed of sound, almost 3,000 miles per hour. That's also going to increase its altitude up to 180,000 feet, 5 times as high as the 747 flies. Once we're there, we'll be at the correct altitude and speed to start testing the technologies that we're developing in this program. So first we will inflate the SCIAD, the sort of inflatable balloon that goes around the test vehicle, and that will help us decelerate from Mach 4 down to Mach 2.5. Once we're at Mach 2.5, we'll deploy the parachute, a 100-foot wide supersonic parachute, which will also help us to slow down. And our vehicle will then coast down on the parachute towards the ocean, which will take a while. Before we actually hit the ocean, we'll be powering down the entire vehicle to make sure that it's safe to splash down. So we'll lose our camera views at some point on the vehicle because of that.
Now you'll notice from the graphic, you saw the balloon when it started off, it looked sort of like a teardrop. And now you can see the balloon is fully inflated, very round. It got bigger as it went further and further up.
That's right, yeah. So now it's sort of at its full shape, and that's because the atmospheric density is, our pressure is so much lower up at that high altitude, 120,000 feet, than it is at sea level.
The team did a shakeout of this particular test 1 year ago in June, and basically they wanted to see if this test would work, all the different mechanisms to see if they would shake out and work. And they also took advantage of that opportunity to also test out the SCIAD and the parachute. And we have video of last year's test. Dan, why don't you walk us through that?
Sure. So this is video from a year ago. So very similar. We launched the balloon. It lifted the test vehicle up off that same launch tower, and then it gets up to its altitude of 120,000 feet. This is a good view of the balloon expanding as it goes higher and higher up. And then there it is fully expanded. Once we were up at 120,000 feet, the vehicle dropped off the balloon and starts spinning for stability. There it is. And then the main rocket fires, accelerating it up to Mach 4 and increasing the altitude to 180,000 feet. The rocket fires for about a minute, burns out, and then the vehicle stops spinning. And at this point, we're in the right conditions, the Mars-like simulated conditions, in order to test our SCIAD. So we deploy the SCIAD, there it is. And there's a 360-degree view here of the SCIAD deploying. The SCIAD worked perfectly, helped us decelerate from Mach 4 to Mach 2.5. And at that point, at Mach 2.5, it was time to test the parachute. First, we deployed what's called a ballute. So we're going to see that ballute come out in a second. And that's actually used to pull the parachute out. So there's the ballute. That worked great. And then it pulls the parachute outward. And the parachute is the one thing that didn't work in the test last year. You can see that it's shredded. And here's a slow motion view of the parachute opening up. And it was actually getting ripped even before it fully opened. You see the rips form in it right away before it fully opens there. So we've been studying that very carefully over the past year, and we have a brand new design of parachute this year that we're going to be testing in this test here today.
And just to let people know what to expect, much of that footage was high-resolution footage that we got weeks after the test. For today, we will only be seeing the low-resolution footage from cameras and getting the high-resolution material further down the road.
That's right. Yeah, we have low-res cameras on the vehicle, which we're going to see in real time here in the test. All the really good stuff, the high-res, as well as all of the data, pressure, temperature, and force data, gets stored in a special black box on the vehicle, just like they have on airplanes. And that's designed to be recovered out of the ocean after the test. So it's very important that we get all of that so we can get that valuable information afterwards.
And when the drop test happens, Dan will tell you, it happens very, very quickly, and we will be able to see some of the onboard cameras, but we won't see all the cameras all the way down to drop. At a certain point, they will shut down the cameras to be prepared to hit the water, and so they want to be sure that those cameras are protected.
That's right. And speaking of the cameras, right now the team is in the process of powering up our test vehicle. In preparation for the test here in about 25 minutes. Eventually, one of the things they're going to power up are those cameras. And so here in maybe 5 or 10 minutes, we should start to get to see those camera views, which we're going to see on board the vehicle for the duration of the test.
And as we wait, maybe it's a good time to go over some of the goals of this year's test, which was different from last year's. Last year's test was the checkout. This year, what are we looking at?
This year, we're really focused on the parachute. Obviously, last year, that was the one thing that didn't work. And so for us to have a really good test here today, we want that parachute to work. Now, this is a test. We don't know what's going to happen. That's why we have to do the test here today. So it is possible that the parachute won't work. If that happens, then at a minimum, we really want to make sure that we get a good set of data on the parachute to really understand what happened. So that means video, force data, pressure data, to really help us understand what happened with the performance of the parachute. But to have a fully successful day, we really want the parachute to work.
So this year's test is about the parachute, and the parachute. And we do have a high-resolution image of the parachute from last year that the scientists and engineers are studying right now.
That's right. And just one other note before we get to that is we may be able to see that the parachute looks like it works in our sort of live low-resolution feed, but we won't really know for sure if the parachute performed really well until a couple days after the test. And that's because, like I said, all of the really high-resolution data is stored in that black box, which has to be fished out of the ocean. So the team needs a few days to get that data, take a look at it, before they can say with confidence that the parachute has worked correctly. We'll be able to get a pretty good indication in real time on the test here. Now here we go. Here's some of the camera views have come up. It's sort of a quad view, and we see the top 2 views are active. The other 2 at the moment are not.
So these are the onboard cameras, and they are live right now, and this will enable the team to see when things actually deploy.
See the videos down here in the rock. Permanent. That's good news.
Idea, maybe.
Alright, team, so we're now on test vehicle flight configuration 1-2, so we're on step 14.6. And avionics just confirmed, he said we are recording with the DVR stock. The TAC DVR is recording. All the GoPros are booted up, are recording in proper mode. All core DVRs booted up in the expected time. Copy that. Right. We're now continuing up to block number 3, D-minus 20.
DCOC.
Alright.
Go ahead, OT. Right, I have final readings on 1831 and how much
Howard,
is 995.
DCU connectors needed.
So the focus this year is the parachute, and we have a comparison shot of last year's design and this year's design. If we could pull that up, Dan, maybe you can explain the differences.
Sure. So last year's design, if we have that graphic, was called a. Well, I guess we'll have to wait for the graphic to come up.
EMP1 32, EMP2 30.
There we go. So last year's design was called a disc sail, and this year's is a ring sail. At first blush, they probably look pretty similar. They're the same size, and a lot of elements look the same in this picture. The main thing you'll notice is that the sort of orange part that you see on the top on the disc sail is one big flat piece, whereas on the ring sail, it's a whole bunch of different segmented rings. And the real thing that we found when we were looking at the data from last year is that the disc sail parachute that we used last year is very, very good and a very strong parachute after it's fully opened. But when it's in kind of an intermediate state, when it's in the process of opening, it has some weaknesses. On the other hand, we feel that the ring sail is going to be strong throughout the opening process, when it's partially open and when it's fully open. So that's why we decided to go with that design in our test this year.
So the next step is to see if this parachute is ready for the conditions that it will endure in this test. So you took it through a sled test at China Lake.
That's right. So similar, earlier in the broadcast we showed a test at China Lake of the Syad, and we do something similar with the parachute. So here's a test at our rocket sled track at China Lake where we test the parachute for strength. So a helicopter comes up, drops the parachute down, it sort of gently opens up, and it's got a big long rope coming off of it. That rope is about to enter that funnel, and once it does, these big rockets fire, and they pull the parachute down from the sky with a force of about 100,000 pounds. So this, again, is a strength test that we're doing to make sure that the parachute is strong enough to withstand the forces that it's going to see in the test today. You see there, it looks like it kind of gave just at the end. That wasn't the parachute canopy itself. It was another feature that we were expecting to give way. So for us, that was actually a very successful, good test of the parachute that proved it was strong enough for the test today.
And you are watching live coverage of the LDSD test from Kauai, Hawaii, and we'll be back in a moment.
Okay. That's a nasty sound.
TC, this is AC on Project Net.
Go ahead, AC.
We're still good with the drop time, 21:35.
Good. Copy. No change. And drop time.
No change.
Check step 106.
DNC,
What's that noise?
Go flight.
So you're witnessing a long-standing JPL tradition. The teammates are sharing peanuts. These are lucky peanuts, and anytime we have a mission or a big test or an orbit insertion at a planet, we always share peanuts as a good luck charm, and it dates way back to the Ranger days where there was a mission where there were several failures, and the one mission when the teammates shared a bottle of peanuts, it worked. And so we have continued on that tradition all this time.
This works as expected, because I think yeah, KSP didn't factor in
Flight GNC.
that
Go
I
GNC. we have estimation?
balance all the
fuel
tanks
this time?
and get
I don't believe at this time. I think Power's working on that.
and
Copy.
so the estimate burn time is
Power,
going
you can hold GlenMac Power on. Copy that. Powering up GlenMac.
or at least not down as quickly as it should.
Confirmed separation connectors are currently showing both connected. Copy that. Thank you.
Let's see. Shouldn't be a problem to be
Avionics, you ready to power on ordnance bus?
to
Go.
just
Alright, go power. Nominal bus on GlenMac, showing good current,
to
good
just
voltage.
adjust the
Power
trajectory
on
later.
ordnance alpha. Copy. Powering on ordnance alpha.
So it looks like we are about 15 minutes out from the drop time. The drop time has been listed as 21:35 UTC, 11:35 a.m. Hawaii time, and 5:35 Eastern Daylight Time. So we're standing by for that. Every so often, as you see right here, we see this image of the global mapper. And Dan, explain what folks are seeing. This is how they are tracking this balloon.
That's right. So there's actually two trajectories that are overlaid on top of each other in this that we see. One of them is sort of a black and white line, and that's what the balloon has actually done. The greenish line is what we predicted the balloon would do. So we're pretty close to the predicted trajectory, which is a good thing. And now the balloon is sort of in that O position out over the ocean to the west of Kauai. So it looks like things are in the right place for this test, and at this point the team is doing its final checks and standing by for the test.
And seeing this image, you realize why we are in Hawaii to do this test. You wanted a huge expanse of space to be able to perform this without endangering anyone and making sure that if anything happens, it's out in the middle of the ocean.
That's correct. This is a really big space that we're occupying in this test, and we need it to be basically locked down. We can't have any airplanes or boats or people underneath for safety reasons. And so that's why PMRF, the Pacific Missile Range Facility, is really the best place for us to do this test.
Flight, please, at your discretion. Already clear. Sending in net. Net received. Power confirms.
So we are standing by. We are about 12 minutes out from the scheduled drop time. And, of course, standing by.
We have S-band, ECM lock, and Chapter 10. Drop battery voltage still holding good. GlenMac temperatures look good.
All stations, this is TC on the project net. Support status, green or red, for exceptions and ability to support TV drop. OC for range systems. Range is green, ready to support. BPO. BPO go. Flight.
Flight go.
RD. RD's go.
Alright team, let's go around
Check
the
step
room
107.
and make sure we're ready to proceed with safe and arm device arming for the Star 48. Avionics. Avionics is go. ENC. ENC is go. Trajectory. Trajectory is go. Thermal. Thermal is go. Systems.
RD recalling TC.
Power.
Yes, sir. Just
Power is go.
Kahana and TC expected to arrive.
Thermal, just the double back years. Exception still decided.
Dave exception reported.
Okay.
At TST 1143.
We're a little less than 11 minutes out now, and periodically you'll hear the team referring to TV. That is not a television set. That is test vehicle. This is the LDSD test vehicle we're talking about, and that's the reference.
What we're hearing now is some polls of the team to make sure that all the systems on the vehicle are ready to go and are healthy for the drop.
Copy. Pulsing star 48. Command await. Good command. You got command. Nominal bus. Sending command off. Flight systems for GNC, are we tracking pendulum angle as well?
AC, this is TC on ProjectNet. Systems,
TC, this is AC on ProjectNet. We're working on range coordination. Doesn't look significant at this point.
I just want to verify that you guys have settled on a 62-degree pointing azimuth.
We're working that right now. Easiest flight on ProjectNet.
Go ahead, flight.
Just like to report that the test vehicle and Star 48 have been successfully armed.
Star 48's been armed.
And sorry about that, power.
We did have good speed eventually on MIP-2.
Copy that. You want to send a couple of test links on MIP-1, assuming the SPF was busy?
That's firm. We'll go.
Okay, now that I'm seeing that I'm below the trajectory I need, I thrust a little bit more radial.
So in the left-hand corner, you'll see a quad split, and these are the onboard cameras, and one of them has been held off. But these are the various cameras that we will be able to watch the deployments with. And I believe, Dan, can you go over which each camera will show?
So the top two views sort of look out over the edge of the test vehicle. And so that's going to have a really good view of the SIAD when it deploys. The lower left view is looking back behind the vehicle. So right now there's nothing to see. It's just looking out into emptiness. But that's where the parachute will be when we deploy it. So that's going to be a great view of the parachute. And then the fourth one should be a view of our main rocket motor. I believe the team is holding off on powering up that camera in order to make sure that it works correctly. So hopefully that camera will be powering on here in the next few minutes before the test starts.
And we are about 7 minutes out from the projected drop time.
TAC teams, just a reminder, we're about a minute from having open mic. So.
TC, this is AC on ProjectNet. We're maintaining the drop time, 21:35, and our azimuth angle.
So you're going with a pointing azimuth of 62, correct?
Correct.
Check 18. 108. BPO.
Yeah, BPO confirmed 6-2.
Thank you, sir.
Dan, this is a new image here. Can you describe what you're seeing?
We've reached flow.
This is a view from the balloon looking down at our test vehicles. So this is the heat shield, sort of the front side of the test vehicle, which is going to be facing into the wind when the rocket fires. And overlaid is a lot of data showing the heading of the vehicle and other information that the team needs in order to know the health of the balloon and the vehicle.
TC. Yes, sir. The LDSD project is green. Request a clear range for execution of the TV drop.
Range is clear, clean, clear, green. TV drop is authorized.
Thank you, sir. Check 112.
Okay, copy. Okay, copy.
Flight, this is TC on the project net. Turning this operation over to you for TV drop.
Copy that. And power, you're clear to start SIPIT 4.
Copy.
Any systems, you had something?
Yeah, just be advised we could do a last-minute push-out by a couple minutes because the rotator...
BPO, that's confirmed. You're authorized to open the top vent.
Push out to let it settle more.
Copy that. Who's making that call?
Good question. Stand by.
That's it.
Power.
That's the RSO.
Go power.
Good sit bid 4.
Copy that. Oh, wait, and land back in the D-2.
Flight systems, that call be made by the RSO.
Copy that. I am...
BPO, just let me know when those top vents are open.
All right, we have the fourth image in the lower right-hand screen. Dan, go ahead and explain what that final image is.
What we're looking at is the nozzle of our Star 48 rocket. That's the main rocket that's going to accelerate the vehicle up to Mach 4. And so when we get to the time of actually doing the drop and that rocket fires, we'll see a big plume of flame coming out of that nozzle as it fires.
Protocol is now in effect.
Whoa.
Oh, God, this is so... My heart's like going down.
Power, would you can hold and net 1-2.
Standing by for a single click.
Thank you.
Yes. Great. This looks awesome. Let's go for it.
Alright, team. Remember to keep it down. We have a lot of things going on here in the last 2 minutes.
So, yeah, at alarm. Early, that's more than enough.
Sending pre-init. Mark. Stand by for final init.
Also, I guess we could
Mark.
some science data. Oh, let's wait for
Flight and net received.
to get
You.
in the sun.
Thank you, Jinsey. Let us know when you have verification of velocity errors.
Will do.
Oh, nope. Wrong key.
EC BPO.
Go ahead, BPO.
Helium valves are open.
Thank you, sir. Check 114.
And trajectory key, make sure you're on Project Net.
Copy. Flight JNC.
Oh, Jinsey.
We have a good net.
Copy, good in it.
Oh.
Alright, all stations. This is flight on Project Net.
Okay.
TV is go for drop. I repeat, the TV is go for drop.
Alright, I've done all the experiments here
Drop
already.
in 1 minute on my mark.
Mark 60 seconds.
Check 115.
So, we should just wait for Kerbin escape. First, let's save. I hope that's enough fuel.
Mark 30 seconds. System is
System is armed.
950 days of fuel, oxygen, and everything else. That's great. Now,
Drop in.
wait.
9, 8,
Oh,
7,
drop.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop.
Separation confirmed.
Separation confirmed. DVR is recording. Ignition confirmed. DVR is recording.
Great.
We have stable flight.
Copy stable flight.
What? Wow.
I recorded a good job dropping my script, so.
Mach 1.
That is an awesome view.
Vehicle's gaining altitude. Acceleration is good. Spin rate is good.
Nice. I love living this time.
Mach 2. Vehicle stable. Mach 3. Vehicle stable. Acceleration is good. Mach 4. We're not detected.
Yeah. VT1, good burnout. Expected VT1, 1,010 meters per second.
Copy VT1.
Expected VT2, 899 meters per second.
Residual spin rate, 2 degrees per second.
Okay. Just playing around.
VT1
I
detected.
love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
VT2 detected.
And important part.
Alright, here he goes. Come on, baby. Here goes.
No.
Flight, this is BI, partial shoot. Copy partial shoot.
Oh,
RD, this is TC on ProjectNet. RD, this is TC on ProjectNet. Yes, sir, I copied. I translated the partial shoot. Good copy. You had a partial shoot.
Okay. Great stuff, but it seems.
So
that
RD,
I
move
need
over to Anomaly 1 and coordinate
get some
with
work.
trajectory on movement of the ships.
Already, this is trajectory. I have a self-sabotage. 22, 48.
Alright, then let's do
29.
something.
That's my 0.
For example, getting out
Longitude,
of
negative
our
160.
Kerbins sphere of
36,
influence.
55. That's my 0.
Oh,
Avionics flight?
maybe.
Go ahead, flight. How much longer do you have for time shutdown?
Good copy.
By 200
So-
seconds. 200 seconds.
My deep sky network is being built slowly but steadily. Everything else is empty, so maybe I should fill it.
TC, this is MDFnet.
Go to Space Center.
Go ahead, BPO.
Yeah, TC, I got a best estimate on balloon impact, lat and long, if you're ready to copy.
Let's go ahead and move this over to TechNet.
Roger, go TechNet.
Yes, sir, I got 22, 48, 29.
That's a real bummer.
Good copy.
Okay. So I think we have some atmosphere scans on Kerbin, right? On the surface.
2 minutes to time shutdown
flight above 18 kilometers, so we will need a big jet engine. The supersonic jet engine. Let's see what we got.
TCOC.
Do I have any
Go ahead, OC.
interesting...
Right, to be advised, we still have a track on the balloon with our radar.
If we can go ahead and get you over on TechNet and provide last known location.
Nope. Let's do something new. First, inline cockpit. Fuel tanks. Oh, we don't need to escape the atmosphere, so liquid fuel.
1 minute to time shutdown.
I would like to have, yes, the MK2 expansion jet engine. These parts look amazing, I have to say. Also, there should be an intake somewhere around here. Engine shroud. Yeah, don't have that now. Then let's take that part and a RAM intake.
10 seconds of time shutdown.
Copy, 10 seconds, Avion.
That's new, that part. Okay.
DVR, stop recording.
Copy, DPR, stop recording.
Seconds to fur cable cut.
Let's see. Some wings.
Fur cable cut.
Good, fur cable cut.
Ordnance shutdown.
Our confirms. Confirm, ordnance shutdown.
Oh, that's big.
And in by for altitude trigger for altitude shutdown.
Nope. Let's do something more aerodynamic. Looks like
28,000 feet.
Okay, that's great.
27,000 feet.
Only get more stable as we drain fuel.
And as we can see, the LDSD test is complete, and they are in the process of shutting things down just prior for the vehicle to enter the water as it drops down, shutting all the systems down, so cameras and all data will be protected.
24.
Dan, go ahead and explain to us what transpired through the test and how things went.
Sure. So first off, it looked like our rockets fired correctly. Looks like we got up to the altitude and the speed we were looking for. We heard the call that we were in stable flight. We heard that we got up to Mach 4. So looks like we got the condition that we wanted to. The SCI had inflated, and of course it's too early to say exactly how it performed, but it looks like it performed great. What we're seeing now on the screen now is that we're getting down to lower altitudes, and so the pressure is higher outside the side, and so that makes it flap around. But while we were actually using it up at altitude, it looked like it was performing very well. The parachute, though, we heard that there was a partial shoot. So that tells us that the parachute deployed, but there was something that happened with its operation that wasn't expected. It was a little bit hard to see exactly what was happening in the sort of low-resolution feed that we had. And so that's why the team is going to take a look at the high-resolution video that we're going to get back along with the rest of our data to make a determination about what's going to happen. And so one of the next steps that's going to happen is we have a black box aboard the vehicle, which has all of that critical data. It's really a gold mine of important data from this test. That's going to separate off the vehicle. It has homing beacons on it so we can find it and fish it out of the water. And so that's really the top priority once this splashes down, is to get that black box out of the water, because that's going to tell us exactly what happened with the parachute and everything else in the test.
So we just saw that the systems have shut down in preparation of splashing down into the water. This is a great example of understanding how we test and why we test. We have to push the envelope to the max to learn as much as we can.
That's right. This is exactly why we do tests like this before we send things to Mars, so that we can understand exactly how they work or don't work, and then we can improve on our designs to make sure that when we're actually ready to send spacecraft to Mars, we know that they're going to work when that big mission is on the line.
Roger, I have LOS on the radar. Stand by for...
And a reminder, this is the largest parachute ever tested. The parachute that went to Mars with MSL was the largest that we had at that point. And this is the largest supersonic parachute to get to the next level.
That's right. It's about twice the area of the parachute that was used with Curiosity, about 100 feet in diameter. So it really is a very, very large parachute that we're testing, that we have tested here today.
Yeah. Let's try
and we will have more information as things transpire. There will be a news conference planned tomorrow, I believe, at 7 a.m. Hawaii time, and that will be 10 a.m. Pacific time and 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's when Mark Adler, the project manager, and Ian Clark, the PI on LDSD, will be able to give us a little bit more information. But right now, we basically have what we could see, and again, we do not have high resolution to tell us all that much.
Treasure reels. Alright.
Okay. Treasure. Go ahead, BPO.
Yeah, TC, I know you got your hands full right now. Do you have any idea of location time for a hot wash on this?
Stand by.
Okay. Let's simulate just quickly how far we get with this.
Get the coordinates for the splashdown location, then I'll work on a hot wash.
Good copy.
So as we're standing by for the splashdown, let's help people understand what will happen, what goes on with the recovery process. I understand there's boats standing by, ready to go.
That's right. So we unfortunately don't have cameras that are stationed to actually witness the splashdown event. so we're not going to be able to see that. But we do have boats that are going to the site where we're projecting the vehicle is going to splash down. And then we're going to fish everything out of the water because we really want to understand how all the systems performed in this test. And we have some cool pictures from the recovery operations last year which show various elements of the test in the water. So this is the parachute from last year. Underwater, and this was a diver that was in the process of recovering the parachute snapped this great picture of the chute while it was down there. Next one shows the balut. That's the item that's used to pull the parachute out, floating in the water, and we've got snorkelers that are swimming out to go recover that balut out of the water. The next one shows the entire test vehicle being crane lifted out of the ocean and then onto the deck of a boat. So you see that big nozzle of the Star 48 rocket. You see the Syad there. At this point, it's pretty limp, just sort of hanging there loosely, having already done its job. And the vehicle is sort of dumping ocean water as it's being crane lifted onto the boat deck. And we have another picture that I think shows the parachute being dragged in. You see it's a lot of work to get these things out of the ocean and onto the boat. So a whole team of people dragging this parachute out of the water. And then here's another view of the parachute being hoisted into this recovery boat. And you can see the test vehicle there in the background on the same boat, having already been recovered. So that's really the next step for the team this year. Those are the pictures from last year, and those same things are going to happen here as those boats move out into position in order to fish everything out of the water.
Now, this was the second LDSD test, but there are 3 planned, and there is still yet another one that will take place a year from now in the same location in Kauai, Hawaii. It's anybody's guess at this point exactly what will be tested, but there is a possibility that we may try testing a brand new Syad. We've already seen Syad R working well in two tests already. Is there a possibility of a new Syad?
There is a possibility, yeah. We have a totally new design of Syad that we've been working on in parallel with the Syad that we've seen here today. And so there's a possibility that we'll test that side in the test next year. We're not sure, though, what we're going to do exactly in the test next year. It's going to depend a lot on the analysis of what happened here in the test today. So the team is going to spend some time with the data, understanding what happened, looking at the video, looking at all of the instrumentation data, and coming to some, firm conclusions about how everything performed. And that is going to inform the choices about what we're going to do in our supersonic test next summer.
All right, so we have some video of that Syad E. We might be able to roll it. This is part of the work that you've been working on with the LDSD project.
Yeah, that's right. So this is another rocket sled test. This is the Syad E. It's a larger version of the Syad. The design is somewhat different. So here's a slow motion view of the Syad deploying. It actually has inlets that are open to the air. You can see them well in this view here. And so those ingest the oncoming air and help it to inflate. That's different than the Syad that we tested here today, which is a sort of a pressure vessel, a donut. So here's different views of that Syad deploying in slow motion. It actually only took about 1 second to deploy here on the rocket sled, and we tested it at about 220 miles per hour. So it was traveling pretty quickly down that track, again, to make sure that it's strong enough to withstand the forces that it would see in a supersonic test.
Works great.
So that wraps up the main order of business for today. The test, the vehicle's cameras have stopped, and they will be off until the vehicle hits the water. It was to be shut off. All power is off until the test vehicle hits the water, and boats are on standby to retrieve the vehicle, and they won't be back to shore until sometime tomorrow. And there will also be a telecon tomorrow to report and follow up on what happened. That will be at 7 a.m. Hawaii time, 10 a.m. Pacific, and 1 p.m. Eastern. And to find out more information on LDSD, go to www.nasa.gov/LDSD.
I need the element leads. I repeat that.
Get the feed out. Yes. All right. Oh, nope. So that's okay. Wanted to do something else. The crew I can adjust later. That stuff. No. Then that seems to be it. Yeah, I wanted to take a look which engine this really is. That's really the turbo engine, turbojet engine, like this one, or the other one. So max thrust 300. Oh, oh, wow, max thrust 1000. Okay, I'm confused. Turbojet engine for... That looks a bit like a hybrid of the normal basic jet engine and the turbo ramjet engine. So, because we have to get to considerable height, I want to have the engine's shroud and yes, this one. And the turbo ramjet engine. Yes, that looks great. Hello, Meepster. 3000. Hello there. Alright, let's change the crew. Yeah, engineer inside. Oh, I don't have a pilot right now. That's a problem. I should fix that. There. Now, who do we have? Oh, a lot. Yeah, let's take the guy. We already have 3 girls, 1 guy, so I think that's appropriate. Alright, quickly test this, and then I think yeah, I just build this and go back to the Duna transfer vehicle and warp out of Kerbin Sphere of Influence. bit more science. Alright. Yeah. Nope. What? Pressing all of the buttons. Ah, yeah, that looks better. Much faster. And... oh, wow. That's far more unstable. Should have looked at center of mass and everything. Wow. This just wants to go all over the place. And that's not good. At least I can... wow! And it recovered quite fast. Let's try this again. Wow. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, no, this is the worst. It's interesting that its stability changed that hard. Before with the other engine it was perfect. This was... the center of lift and center of mass are still at the correct places. And it's lighter in the rear, so center of mass should have crept a bit forward. I guess maybe I just take the smaller control surfaces. I don't know about you guys, but I think it seems to me that bigger those oscillations are caused by too big of control surfaces. Let's make this smaller, even smaller. Yeah, that should be enough. I don't want to change too much about that guy. I'm sorry, I still have to simulate stuff. That's a good idea there. Maybe that's the case, because the other engine was had way more gimbal, I think. This is a bit better. Okay, much better. but still it feels... Yeah, now it's going again. As soon as it's getting to some speed here. Yeah, alright. Get back. And then I have a look at the engine gimbals. So, yes, this has, yeah, gimbal vectoring range 1 degree, and that one, okay, has a yaw gimbal of 0, but pitch gimbal of 20. Ah, alright. Now I understand. Because of the how this shroud is built, it cannot gimbal in that way, but gimbal a lot up and down. So maybe I should turn off the gimbal. Either turn off or getting something that can gimbal more. Yeah, let's lock the gimbal. Also make those a bit smaller. That should be enough. Maybe that too. Alright. And again. Yeah, I think it's because of strange position of the center of the gimbaling effects. But yeah, it's true. KSP is strange about that. Maybe I should install FAR in the future. But I don't think I got the machine for that right now. Okay, that feels way better. Let's see. Okay, now it's getting fickly again. Let's see how it is when it's faster. Yeah, it's oscillating again. But it's kind of different. I don't know. Of course, it's making weird oscillations, but overall, it's still very stable. Maybe I should place the control surfaces more to the center, so that the roll, yeah, their contribution to roll isn't that big. Now that we are over, I guess over Mach 1, stabilized a bit. I don't know. like it so far. I think I just, as I said, get the control surfaces more to the center and then just build it. I got enough simulation for one day. Yes. Alright. Save and build. I am. Might be. Yeah. Alright. What the fuck, guys? That's not appropriate. How are they even in there? What the fuck? What the Oh my god. What the hell? I want to first clear this fuck up. Alright. User successfully ignored. Yeah, I should be able, I don't know, I can ignore them. And I think I did that with most of them now. Not quite yet. Yeah, you are idiots, not Legion. Nope. Ah, there it is. Alright, this is not helping. I will disable the chat for now. Just get it out of sight. If Twitch can't handle this, then there's no chat. Alright, let's get back to some fun stuff. let's just warp out of here. That's not fast enough. Ah, that's why. Okay. And there is most of them gone, I think. I hope. Let's see. Ah, yes, I think so. Huh. I don't know. Why do some idiots always have to be this destructive? So much better things to do than just spamming up chats. But whatever. There we are. Not in the influence of Kerbin anymore. Let's get this thing rotated a bit. Oh my god, that's slow. Alright, while it's rotating, let's get some stuff. Ah, great. Process. Overshot. Get this back in. Yeah, of course, not landed. Transmit. Can I transmit? Oh, yeah. Looks like it. Great. Oh! Great! That's not a commercial station, but alright. Still take the money. Okay, let's transmit everything. Oh. What? Of course there is. Or maybe there isn't. I'm not sure. Maybe because we don't have communications link, it might not work. And because we don't have the deep space network, it will take a while to get communications back. So let's just yeah, collect all the signs. side there is this stuff. Ah, okay. Keep data, yes, more data. More data, still bright. Yeah, okay, the sun is still bright. True. Okay, toggle this thing. So I guess we got everything. Oh, do we have? I don't think so. Alright. Now, one of our scientists should get out and get all of the stuff. Up. Yeah, we had that already. Up. Okay. Collect data, remove data, and restore. Maybe. Ah, whoa. Almost panicked a bit. God. Nope. I'd like to have the thermometer. Yes, there we go. Alright, let's get over to the other side and get the rest of it. Yes, keep the data. Collect, take. Store. That should be everything. Oh, we can take an EVA report, of course. Okay, let's get back. Perfect. Now what can we do here? Start research. Oh, I accidentally got in the wrong crew compartment. Oop. Let's get over to the lab. Huh, nice. Can just crawl over there. And board. Alright. Now a crew report, please. Oh, can't do that here. Alright. thanks for following, Meepster. And that even with a brigade of, yeah, I don't know, spammers. Yeah, thanks. Alright. Yeah, that I think is everything we can do for now. The only thing left is to install the Deep Space Network to get the science back to Kerbin. Oh, that's interesting. I thought I got this closer previously. Let's take a look. Yes. Okay, still works. Now let's take a look at our upgrades. I should be able to get some upgrade points by now. No, I don't. Alright. It's already midnight. I think I'm gonna call this a day. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Really, thanks. And I will be live streaming again tomorrow at probably the same time. Maybe 2 hours earlier, but I will see. So, yeah, have a nice day, evening, night, whatever it is, where you are, and see you around. Bye.